I haven't been to Germany for 20 years.
Oh, wow.
Servus, Gemoja, I gute wie so der Frankfurt Leute. So, I have a really cool story, and this is one of my favourite stories that I've ever told. And this is a recent one. I've been telling you guys, obviously my friends in Germany, this one, and I thought to make a bit more of a depth video on how it even happened. So if you may have seen the video of the What Do the Brits Think of the Germans, this is part one. I'm about to shoot the second part on Saturday, which I'm super excited to do. This guy came along and I was absolutely amazed. So I do the same thing of, do you want to be in a quick video? And a lot of times people are like, in England, no thank you, polite. In Germany, it's the opposite, but that's another thing. And yeah, so he came along and I said to him, and he looked at this sign for about, it must have been 2 minutes. And he went to me, before I accept obviously the interview, I want to talk obviously about Germany and the Germans. And he had such a fascination with Germany and his stories. I was just mind blown. I've never ever met a person in England that loved Germany and Germans so much. And I think it may be the first time he's spoken about obviously Germany and the Germans. And he was saying about how the Germans, when he was a younger person, how they helped him, you know, the stories of when he was a lot younger and he used to travel around Germany, like he used to go every single 2 months or so because he loved it so much. And what I loved about this guy was the fact that when he was saying this, like you could see he was genuinely like he loved Germany so much. And after a while we began the interview, and he was, you've seen the parts of the video, he was saying about there was so many uncut parts in this whole video. We're talking, there's about 3 hours or so of all people that have been talking. So there's a lot of stuff you've never seen. And yeah, he loved it. He was just saying about the Germans, that they're very hospitable, you know, and they're just generally a very lovely bunch. And I just remembered, and after we started talking more, after again, like a lot of times you've seen the videos on the streets, they're cut down, but after the interview finishes, like questions, I still carry on talking to people for ages. It's a really bad trait of mine in terms of I should be getting more work done, but I can't help but listen to these guys talk. And I find every single one of these people so fascinating, because the question I see is, why am I doing these videos? Why am I asking people these questions? Is because you lot are the reason why I make this stuff. And what I mean by that is I just love hearing things. You learn so much just by listening. And this guy was a perfect example. And he went to me after 20 minutes or so. He thanked me and he said, do you know what? You've convinced me to go back to Germany. And he hasn't been back to Germany for 20 years. And knowing that these videos that I'm making are making an impact, that's all I care about, you know. I created this, as I said, as a way to get to know you lot and to know this country that I now live in, because I need to know the people and the culture. And it was a really, really special moment for me, and I will always remember that just the feeling of knowing that this is making an impact. I don't care about subscribers, likes or comments. Well, I like to obviously hear what you guys have to say, but in terms of how the YouTube is supposed to be, I don't care. I never used it to gain, you know. I just wanted to make this series make a difference, and it really is. And knowing what happened, it means everything to me. And I also want to say a massive thank you, just to say a massive thank you to all the support on this whole channel. As you've probably seen, the channel's gone a bit crazy, and I never expected this ever, like ever. I just placed the camera, placed the sign, and I literally just asked you guys questions. And I love the engagement in terms of, like, from Instagram, I ask you what you want me to do, and I want to get you guys more involved. And this is especially to the British lot. I made a promise that England, I will be coming more back to you lot to do more of these videos. And yeah, enough of me rambling. Thank you so much for the crazy support on this channel. Mind blown. I never expected it. And yeah, I hope you have a wonderful Easter to the British lot. And ich wünsche dir eine... Wie sagt man auf Deutsch Easter? I don't know. Easter-Tag. Thank you so much for these questions. They're awesome. It was really cool. I'm going to make sure I turn this off. Yeah, it was, and it was a really cool story as well, what you said. I loved it.